category. You can find it right. Oh, whoops. That's what the screenshot looks like. And that's what the video is called. Listen to what the guy says. So basically,
I know I'm about to say no in a Scola.
There was a communication barrier in the beginning.
You know I know I'm about to say no in a Scola.
That was our communication problem.
You're good.
Sé que estoy a punto de decir que no en
You got her. Oh, you just type
The guy, I'm talking to an immigrant from Venezuela right here.
Just type. No, right here you can type.
He just got out his own phone. See, that's me and the migrant talking at the military base.
Immigrants who didn't harm in
We're
this
gonna go back and look at that security check off.
So are you saying Trump is harming migrants?
I wasn't sure what he was trying to say at first. And I even started off with a negative vibe.
No, opposite. Here, say again. Misunderstanding, I think.
Malentendido, creo.
Yeah. So, say it again.
Donald Trump está haciendo un buen trabajo en limpiar este país.
Donald Trump is doing a good job and clean. Damn right. Damn right.
That's what the migrant said. He's like, Donald Trump is doing a good job and he's doing good things for the migrants. That's the Venezuelan guy I was talking to.
That's what's up. He is doing a good.
The interview starts right around like 5 minutes into the video. I gotta clip that.
Hey, wait, come here. And then he's making it so it's safer for you type of migrants because of how Joe Biden was doing it. He was letting in the dangerous people from the bad countries. So in turn, what Trump is doing is making it safer for you to have a better life in America also.
I think we got our new series, interviewing Venezuelans on how they like Trump.
Así que a su vez lo que Trump está haciendo es hacer que sea más seguro para que tenga una vida mejor en Estados Unidos también.
Yeah, agree, right? Yeah. Joe Biden was letting in all the bad people and the dangerous people, which made the people who came here like you trying to work and stuff, that makes you guys look bad then also, even like you seem like a normal working person. I'm just using that as an example.
Joe Biden estaba dejando entrar a todas las personas malas y el
Now he's translating the question. This Venezuelan we were interviewing, if you guys missed it yesterday, we're doing a quick little video recap. This is a Venezuelan from Venezuela living at the Marine base that says he supports what Trump's doing, and you missed the beginning. You can watch the whole interview on the live category after I end this live.
Intentaban trabajar y cosas que los hacen ver mal. Incluso como si parecieras una persona de trabajo normal. Solo estoy usando eso como ejemplo.
Yeah, exactly. Did you vote for him, or were you here for the voting?
I was trying to see if they had him fucking bogusly vote. Here, I'm asking him. And then I think he responds back. He came here after the election, I think he said. We got our new series, interviewing Venezuelans. He says no. He was in Mexico when the election happened, so he came here after the election.
Venezuela? Yeah, Venezuela. Hey, I got a question for you. I was curious. I've been doing this for like 3 years now, going around to all the shelters and talking to you guys. What I heard was the reason it's so many Venezuelans coming right now is because Joe Biden made a deal for your guys in your country. Your oil is supposed to be real shitty and real bad, but there was some type of deal I think Joe Biden made to have even the bad people come here from Venezuela. Do you know if that's true or not?
Oh my God.
He estado haciendo esto durante 3 años, yendo a todos los refugios y hablando con ustedes. Lo que escuché fue la razón por la que tantos venezolanos que vienen en este momento es porque yo hubiera hecho un trato para que pudieran pasar
Claro, hubieron personas que vinieron a hacer las cosas bien, pero también se colaron personas como delincuentes a hacer las cosas mal y dejar a nuestro país por debajo.
Oh my god, that truck's trying to
Of
kill
course,
me!
there
Cut me
were
off like a
people who came to do
motherfucker!
things
Fucking
right, but
jackass!
criminals also stuff to do wrong and leave our country in disrepair.
Fucking dumbass truck
Sí.
driver cutting off a car?
Por eso creo que por Donald Trump no es
I
mejor
didn't
la
break, he would have
situación.
fucking clipped
Él
me.
trata de salvaguardar la vida de los inmigrantes que hay aquí y los norteamericanos que son originarios de este país.
So
That's
whether
a
that I
dangerous
think
truck
the
driver right
situation
there.
is better with Donald Trump because he's trying to
Now, so the migrant just said he thinks things are better with Donald Trump and he's doing things better here. You hear me translating it in the video.
protect lives of migrants who end up here. Yep, exactly, right, exactly. Hold on. You are exactly right. By what Joe Biden facilitated and that happened encouraged the human trafficking.
Sorry.
Usted tiene razón por lo que Joe Biden facilitó y deja que suceda alentó la trata de personas de niños inmigrantes a México.
Yeah. The cartel, right?
En México,
Right.
en Venezuela, en delinquency, en USA.
Yeah. You still had to pass through Mexico to get to America, though, right?
Todavía tenías que pasar
This is
por
a great
México
video.
para
You should check
llegar a
out this
América,
video when I'm done with this live
Sí.
stream.
Yeah. And that's where all the human trafficking and raping of women was happening, and that's another good thing that Trump is doing by stopping what was going on previously. The women and the children are no longer being abducted and raped.
Y ahí es donde estaba sucediendo toda la trata de personas y la violación de las mujeres, y eso es otra cosa buena que Trump está haciendo al detener lo que estaba sucediendo anteriormente. Las mujeres y los niños ya no son secuestrados y violados.
Right?
Oh god, that really killed the video. So this is a recap of our interview from yesterday with the Venezuelan guy.
You
Who said
seem
he
like
would
you're
vote for
pretty
Trump
smart
and he
and know what
supports
you're
Trump.
talking about, because when everyone first started coming here, a lot of them were loving Biden because they were letting in the
But this
bad
guy
people
loves
that
Trump.
we both
This
talked about.
Venezuelan is at the Marine base.
I think the best thing is to continue supporting Donald Trump and encouraging him to continue his fight against all injustices that have happened to immigrants. See, exactly.
That's what he said. That's a smart migrant right there. He gets a clap for that. See, that's how we're communicating.
If I could vote in the United States, I would do it without thinking twice. Several times per day. Yeah, that's right. And here.
And at the end of what I didn't read, he said I would vote pretty much for Trump without a doubt.
Sé que eres bastante inteligente y sabes de lo que estás hablando porque cuando todos comenzaron a venir aquí, muchas personas amaban por eso porque estabas dejando a las personas
Joe
más
Biden.
que no tenemos.
Yeah. And the only reason they were liking him because they were letting criminals and all the dangerous people in. You think?
La única razón por la que le estaban gustando
I wanted to get to the roof of there and I couldn't.
delincuentes y todas las personas peligrosas.
Joe
The
Biden.
staircase just
Yeah.
collapsed.
Un gobierno muy desorganizado, trataba de hacer las cosas bien, pero el motivo era que no era así. Tenía que haber filtros para que las personas pasaran y la cosa se
I was trying to. I was a very It was a very disorganized government trying to do right things, but the reason was that there were no filters for people to pass through the open. Yeah, you're right. See, gotcha.
So pretty much the guy said, he said pretty much how they were doing it before. It was unorganized, it was fucking reckless, and that they're doing it right now. I should ask the guy how he came here. I should have asked him, like, so, like, Did you come here like through paperwork? That's a question I gotta ask for a future reference.
No,
You
That's
smoke
a
cigarette?
jag-off
You
security
want a
guard.
cigarette?
That's how you
He
know
was
he's not a
really
using
smart,
ass
by the
jag
way,
off. A lot
because
of
a
them
lot
always
of
asking
people
for
aren't
cigarettes. I
listening
was
to
offering
what's
them one
real
for free.
news, and they're believing all the fake news about Trump. Trump is trying to make this country good and safe and strong.
And that's why we're gonna take Canada.
Eres muy inteligente por la forma en que, por la vez,
Justin Trudeau's faggot's ass gonna get kicked out of the
que
presidency.
todas las noticias falsas sobre Trump están tratando de hacer que este país sea bueno, seguro y fuerte.
A fucking cupcake from Canada.
Como tú bien sabes, todos los periódicos, las noticias son amarillistas y son en contra del gobierno de Trump. Pero cuando una persona está haciendo las cosas bien, solamente queda la conciencia.
As you well know, all newspapers and news are censored if they are against the Trump administration, but
See how smart this migrant is? He even knows that fucking fake news is censoring shit. This guy's fucking smart, man. I should have got his phone number.
when things are going well for a person, all that remains is their consciousness. Agree. Perfecto. Right, perfecto.
Thank you so much. Happy night.
You too. You sure you don't want a cigarette?
Oh, thank you.
All right. Thank you for talking to me. Gracias.
I know
We
I
got
said
one
that wrong.
interview. Let's see if we can get some more. That was actually a pretty damn good interview.
Now let's get to that jag-off fucking guard now. Where's he at? We're gonna go back and fuck with that fucking guard. He pissed me off.
A better country. Amigo.
Oh, he's on the next video, the jag-off guard. That video's gonna air tomorrow. But here, let's get to what this video's about, Trump in Canada.
If you want to get your name, phone number, and address.
Uh-oh, Elon Musk's life's in danger? That's not good. We need to keep Elon Musk safe.
Quickly sliced fruit for snack.
Sounded like she was having an orgasm. What the fuck? Oh my god. That was a good interview, though. I just wanted to get that in the beginning of the video. So now that what the video's about, Canada really does need to become our 51st state, and we need to remove that fucking that fucking faggot-ass president, Justin Trudeau. He needs to go back with the French. Motherfucker's French. He ain't even Canadian. Where's the sound at? Why is there no sound? Fuck. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Where the fuck is the sound at? What the hell, man?
Of the authority to determine how the money of this country will be spent. That's what the American citizens want,
Fair
and
ass.
that's what they're getting. An example of that Friday was the Department of Education, that you can determine how the money
That
will
pig
be
walked
spent,
by.
no more
Oink,
DEI. And that impacts every agency across the board.
Should
on
eat
the
some of that
civil
Bobby
side again,
Kennedy
NLRB.
healthy food.
We had a big win in the Supreme Court
Badass.
there. OPM, a big win there. But also 16,000 workers there. But also on the criminal side, the Alien Enemies Act.
But go check
They are
out that
winning
interview
there.
that I did at the
And,
my
you know,
Marine
your
base
directive to me
yesterday,
is
the
to keep
Marine
America
Memorial,
safe,
whatever the
and
fuck
that's
you want to
what we're
call it.
doing.
After
Whether
this
it's the
video is over,
alien
go check
enemies,
it out.
all of these gangs, and they are enemies of our country. They are terrorists. They are organized crime. They have come here. They are extremely organized. They are spread throughout our country, and they are creating terror. And no more under your directive. And that is stopped. Yesterday in South Florida, we charged the 11 defendants with $500 million of pure cocaine coming into our country to kill our kids. They were caught. They will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. These gang members are going back to where they came, or they're going to an El Salvador prison at your directive. And, you know, you also gave us a directive to prosecute the people who are going after Tesla to the fullest extent of
Oh,
the
yeah,
law. Some
they
of the greatest
should.
Police work I've seen.
Those
We've made
jackals
4
fucking up
arrests.
the
There will be
Teslas.
no
That's a big ass river.
negotiations
For
at your
fun.
directive. They're all looking at 20 years in prison, and within the
Oh,
next
20 years
24
in
hours,
prison.
you're going to be seeing another huge arrest on a Tesla.
Keep on
dealership,
fucking up them
President.
Teslas, you
And that-
idiots.
that
You're gonna
person
fuck
will be
around
looking
and
at
find
at
out.
least 20 years in prison with no negotiations.
That's great. That will stop it. Oh, thanks. You did a great job. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, accountability matters. That's what we're recognizing with our partners at the Department of Labor for Government Efficiency. Just a few weeks ago, we realized there's about $4.4 billion in COVID funds that were not used, that the state coffers were just holding on to. Out of that, we've returned $1.4 billion back to the state treasury, so essentially to the American people.
Oh, there's a
We will
long
go back
tunnel.
and claw the rest of those
It's a cool
billions of
tunnel. I
dollars
gotta
back.
remember where this is.
And on the heels of that, last night,
This will be so
last
fun
night,
to go
Wednesday
through in
night,
my fucking old ass loud Camaro.
that trust needs to be whole for the
Fucking ram the exhaust in here. The echo all through the tunnel. It's a long badass
Last
tunnel.
night, again, exposed by our partners in.
Oh, we got a new commenter. Like, share, and subscribe, new guy. I'll read your comment in a second.
$400 million
I gotta let-
of payments have gone out already. And when you hear these numbers, apparently in the United States, we have over almost 25,000 people who are over 115 years old.
God
We're
damn.
collecting $59 million that we have sent out to people.
They're over
Talk
150.
about
How
fraudulent
old?
behavior.
100 and like
Mr.
29?
President,
What'd she say?
28,000 people between 1 and 5
They're pretty
years
old. They need
have
to begin.
collected
They need to all be in the Guinness Book of
fraudulent
World
payments
Records.
at the tune of $254 million has gone out. And lastly, 10,000 people who have not been born yet, 15 years into the future, $69 million,
What?
and they haven't even been born yet.
They haven't
In
been
one
born
case,
yet.
They will be 129 years from now.
What?
The United States government sent them $41,000, and they're not born yet. So,
Oh, wow, that's
under the
crazy.
Department of
They're not
Labor,
even born
those are the
yet.
things that we're uncovering. I couldn't be more honored to tell the American people.
How does somebody that's not even born yet get money sent to
them
them?
and returning them to the United States Treasury. Also, jobs numbers. Last Friday, 228,000.
I'll read your
jobs
comment in a
were
minute, guy.
reported.
Hang on.
That is good for the American people. That is my primary job, is to grow that workforce under your leadership. So we've kicked off the
What'd you
America
say?
at Work tour, and we'll
Ah,
be
ha,
visiting
ha,
50
ha.
states, and I'll be working with my colleagues
Underground
here,
Nation,
to do just
OG.
that. So thank you, Mr.
You
President.
have to be
for this
to
economy.
protest,
We're
Elon.
gonna
I agree with you. You are a smart guy, Underground
Those
Nation.
numbers are really bad when
Unheard of.
you're over 115 years old. And
Over 115 years
you
old. God
mentioned the
damn.
oldest person in our country is 114 years old. That's pretty good.
All them 115-year-olds needs to be in the Guinness Book of World Records.
I hope you hear that. So we have 24,000 older than the oldest person.
God damn, that's crazy. 129 older than the oldest
And
person
what do
that we
do
know
about
of.
that? How do we get that money back?
Yeah, so we're working with our IGs to do the further investigation. The House and Senate, we had a 5-year statute of limitations. We've got an extension on that, another 5 years. And so the goal,
10-year
in my
statute of
opinion, we should
limitation
never
on
have a
that.
statute of limitations to return the American dollars back to the Treasury when they're struck.
How do we even know
But
who
at
it
this
went
point,
to,
we will
though?
continue to work hard and double down and return those
Yeah, right. They
dollars.
got, and you're right about that. Tesla's got cameras all around them.
Well, Mr. President, thank you for your leadership at the border. For the second month in a row, you have broken the record in the history of the nation for the lowest number of encounters at the border.
Oh, yeah. More than Obama,
Said
who
that
did the
America's
same
laws
thing, but
matter,
nobody
and
protested.
And we're hard at work now to get people to go back home that are here illegally.
Bill Clinton
So
did the
Alien
same thing.
Registration
Nobody
Act has been in
protested
place long
him.
enough now.
Hillary
Those
Clinton
individuals that are
advocated
here
for the
illegally,
same
if they
thing, but
haven't
nobody
registered,
protested her.
then they can be charged criminally, and they can face fines up to $1,000 a day, and face deportation if they don't go home, and they'll never get the chance to come back to America.
Shit, y'all better go
we're encouraging
home.
people to use the CBP Home app to register, and we're working on the research.
Hey, it was pretty funny. Yesterday I saw a video of, what was it? It was a bunch of immigrants, illegal immigrants, protesting for illegal immigrants. Fuck. And ICE pulled up on their ass. Some of them ran. Those are probably the ones that don't got papers. The ones that ran.
We're just gonna, we had 21 million.
Chicago self-deported too.
because they're here breaking our laws, and we need to facilitate.
Thank God that
I've been
bitch
working with
fucking
the governors a lot
self-deported.
lately on several different issues. One of them has been on FEMA for recommendations on how to do exactly what you've directed us to do. And then also I
Good
sent
job,
a
Trump.
letter and communicated with them that they need to be setting up a
Trump.
SCIF. Some of our governors don't have secure facilities to have national security issues. I think one of the jobs Homeland Security has is to give communication down to states, to local cities.
Oh, this is an
and
ad on the
communities.
Malcolm
And
X
so
College.
recommending they get a SCIF, they have secure comms with them at all times or nearby so that they can have national security
And we're
conversations.
coming up
then
to the
have
home of
somebody
the
in their
Chicago
office
Bulls and the
designated
Chicago
that is their
Blackhawks.
communications person. A lot of them have emergency management officers, but
It
they
says
don't
United
necessarily
Center
have
from the
somebody
roof.
designated when it comes
You're in
to
a
a
helicopter,
national
you can see
security issue that we may need to communicate with them.
Or
on.
Google
And
Maps.
I think American people need to know that Real ID will be required to travel on May 7th. So
Real ID.
those governors
fuck is
have
a
been
Real
notified
ID?
to communicate that at home. We don't want anybody to get delayed and not be able to travel when they get to an airport. And this will also help
Why
us
can't
bring
you just have a
integrity back
normal
to
ID? Why is it
all
gotta
of
be
our
a real
IDs
ID?
and how they're used,
I don't
how
really
they're
like
used
those real ID
for issuing
things.
driver's licenses, and governors know how about making sure their driver's licensing system has integrity, because a lot of people use their driver's license to vote. And the backbone of our country and the foundation is election integrity. So
I don't know why they're using their driver's license to vote. I mean, fucking, when I went to go vote in the last election, they didn't ask me for shit other than my name and my address. They didn't check no ID.
Go out in a nice way, go back to their country. We're going to work with them right from the beginning on trying to get them back in legally. Is that right? So it gives you real incentive. Otherwise, they never come back. They'll never be allowed once a certain period of time goes by, which is probably going to be 60 days. We're also going to work with farmers that if they have strong recommendations for farms for certain people, we're going to let them stay in for a while and work with the farmers and then come back and go through a process, a legal process. But we have to take care of our farmers and hotels and,
When I was a younger lawyer in court, the judge said, "You really hammered them." And I wanted to talk to you guys about what
He did him in the butt? He hammered him?
as legal workers, okay?
yes, sir. Thank you.
Which I think will be, I think it's very important to do. Okay, thank you very much.
John was talking about this on his thing.
What you testified.
Why build that big ass expensive CTA station here? I think he was talking about gentrification or some shit. I don't remember. That was a few months ago.
You've been keeping
The
us
guy
very
from
busy.
SubX.
Last week, you started
On Twitter, X,
reordering
whatever the fuck
international
it's
trade,
called.
something that hasn't happened for 80 years, something that should have happened decades ago, and you know that. You've known that for a long time. That's why you have us all working on this. You came into an emergency situation where President Biden left us with a $1.2 trillion trade deficit.
That's
the
insane.
largest of any
Fuck
country.
Joe Biden.
The largest. So you declared an emergency. You
Insane.
took
You would
action
say the largest in history, right?
in history.
There's never been anything like what he left us.
Yeah, because all that money that fucking piece of shit gave to Ukraine. Without it even being a loan, not even getting the raw earth
You declared an
materials.
emergency. You imposed a trade action, so now you have a tariff on the world. It promotes U.S. manufacturing, it protects U.S. workers, and you've also given room for negotiation during this time so we can open export markets for our farmers and other producers and American workers. And this is why the unions vote for you. This is why the workers vote for you. This is why families want you to be the president. Because you're standing up for American workers.
Yes, you are,
American
Trump.
communities.
And
We've
you're
had
bringing them
countries
gas
come in
cars back. You're keeping
over the
them
past
gas
couple
cars
of weeks
safe.
that
That's the
represent
thing I love the most about Trump. He wants to save our gas cars.
That's what's coming in to talk to you and to your advisors about how to have reciprocal trade, how to have fair trade. Would have happened without you.
Thank you very much. Great job. No, we love.
Well, thanks to your fantastic leadership, this amazing cabinet, and the very talented team, I'm excited to announce that we anticipate savings in FY26 from reduction of waste and fraud by $150 billion.
Run, Forrest, run.
And I mean, and some of it is just absurd. Like people getting unemployment insurance who haven't been born yet. I mean, I think
Unemployment insurance for people who haven't even been born. What the fuck? How do you pull that off?
So there's some of these things that people ask me, well,
bastard.
how are you going to find waste and
Guy was
fraud
trying to race me.
in the government? I'm like, well, actually, just go in any direction. That's how you find it. It's very common. it's as the military would say, target-rich environment. So then we're doing a lot of good and excellent collaboration with Cabinet to achieve these savings, and it will actually result in better services for the American people, and then we're going to be spending their tax dollars in a way that is sensible and fair and good.
These people are fantastic. In fact, hopefully they'll stay around for the long haul. We'd like to keep as many as we can. They're great, smart, sharp, right? Finding things that nobody would have thought of. Very computer savvy.
Yeah. We're working with hard to get the
Talking about you, Elon.
operational, hopefully in the next week or so.
It'll be very exciting.
Very exciting.
It's a pathway to citizenship into the United States.
What the fuck is this?
It's a big deal.
Yep, it's a big deal. Thank you very much. Great job, you do.
Thank you, sir. Thanks to your leadership and setting the mandate of transparency and accountability across the U.S. government. I'm bringing that transparency and accountability to the intelligence community, first and foremost, to make sure that you and your cabinet have that real-time, relevant, apolitical, objective intelligence to best inform whether it's negotiations for peace, negotiations around tariffs, the great work that you are leading around the cabinet today. Secondly, working with Department of Homeland Security and the FBI to increase our information sharing to achieve your goal of countering the narcotic trafficking and our ability to go after cartels now designated as foreign terrorists. I met with the
That's why
National
that guy
Sheriff's
that got
Association
deported to
this week,
Seacock
being able
got
to
to
work to make
Seacock.
sure that the
Because he was
information that they're getting on the
fucking,
ground,
he lost
local
his
law
right for
enforcement getting on the
citizenship.
ground, is
I'm
being
being
fed
fucking
back up
MS-13
through
or
to our
some
National
shit.
Counterterrorism Center, and that we have all of the federal agencies, state and local law enforcement, all on the same page as we are working to make our country safe again. And lastly, sir, as you know, declassification and rooting out weaponization, politicization of the intelligence community is a huge priority. You know more than anyone else the very dangerous and negative consequences of that. We have a long list of things that we're investigating. We have the best of the best going after this. Election integrity being one of them.
Yeah, you should need an ID to vote.
Evidence
Yeah,
of how these electronic voting systems have been vulnerable to hackers for a very long time.
And we should all vote on
and
fucking...
vulnerable to exploitation to manipulate the results of the votes being
We should be able to
cast,
get a
which
receipt
further
of our
drives
vote,
forward
and we should be able to go
your
look it
mandate
up
about
online
giving
to see, to make
across
sure
the
our
country
vote stayed the
voters
same
can
once it
have
actually
faith
got
in the
submitted. We should,
integrity of
when
our
you go
elections.
voting, you
And
should get a
lastly,
receipt
we've been
where you could go on a
scanning ahead of
website
100 people
and see
working
that you
around
still
the clock
voted
to
for the
scan
candidates that you picked at the polling place to make sure it didn't
paper
get
around
switched.
RFK, Senator Robert F. Kennedy's
They should give you
assassination,
receipts.
as well as Martin
Oh yeah,
Luther
they
King
released the
Jr.'s
JFK
assassination.
files too, I heard.
These have been sitting in boxes in storage for decades. They have never been scanned or
Decades.
seen before.
I'd say
We'll have those
decades.
ready
It's
to
been like
release
20
over the
years.
next few days.
Damn, bro, it's 54 degrees out. Ain't that warm to be taking off your shirt and your pants?
That's hitting close to home.
Motherfuckers acting like it's 80 degrees out.
I'm thinking about Bobby when that statement's made.
Yeah, good. Yeah, let's find out who killed Bobby's dad.
And you'll let Bobby see some of this because, you know, it's very personal stuff.
All right, that's his dad that got
And
shot.
it's time.
I've asked him, and his response is, put it out. The world needs to know the truth.
Hell yeah, Bobby, put it out.
And anything that hasn't been out, they can go to your offices and see, right?
Everything that we have within our possession, it's either online or it's physically at the National Archives and Records Agency. We also have hunters going out, Mr. President, and
Hunters.
looking in the storage lockers at FBI and CIA and other agencies.
Those boxes gotta be
specifically
dusty
to
as
find
hell.
If there is anything else that has not been reported, we're actively going out and trying to search out the truth.
Good. Yeah, we want to get it all out.
Yes.
100% good. Thank you very much. Good job, guys.
Good job, Trump. Good
Mr.
job,
President,
Bobby.
On behalf of America's manufacturers, I want to thank you for standing up for the Chinese Communist Party and fighting for our...
Thank you, Trump. You are doing a good job
for
at
our
standing up to the
workers,
Chinese
for those
Communist
that make
Party.
things in America. I'm out on a Made in America manufacturing tour.
Me
and
too.
I go across the country.
Fuck yeah, let's
People
get
are
that Made in
grateful
America
for
back.
not just fighting on the tariffs front, but to get inflation.
I can't
down,
wait to hold
free
some
of
items that
jobs.
say made in
After
America
Biden
again.
destroyed 110,000 manufacturing jobs in just his last
This used to
year.
be a bank
You've
up here on the
already brought
left.
back
Now it's a
thousands
Barnes and
thousands
Noble.
of
See that big
manufacturing
building on the
jobs.
corner, the
The
white
American
one?
worker is grateful. Main
On the left
Street
side.
is grateful for you.
It was a
And
first it
at
was
the
a bank,
agency
then it
level,
turned
we're
into a
making sure that
Walgreens, then the
manufacturers
Walgreens
have
closed down
access
due to
the
theft,
capital they
and now it's
need.
Barnes and
But
Noble.
we can't do that if we're not
Ain't nobody
fighting
gonna want to
for
steal
it.
no
So
books, I don't think.
modified our loan applications to have citizenship verification, to make sure we have birth dates, common sense principles around lending that the Biden administration had waived.
For real, he waived that shit like a fucking
fees
retard.
In 1 year, we're restoring that for the American taxpayer. And the American taxpayer, as tax day approaches, April 15th, they need to know that this cabinet, this administration, and thank you Elon Musk and Doge for fighting for the American taxpayer to make sure that their hard-earned dollars are well spent, that they have a return on investment for this country, and that we're fighting for them just as you are every single day. So thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, we are working at HHS to advance your agenda to make America healthy again.
Yeah,
I'm
you
working
fat asses,
with
they're gonna make you
Lee
healthy.
Zeldin, to reassess the fluoride rules based upon the August release by the National Toxicity Program of new science that shows a direct inverse
Look at this
correlation
Democrat weirdo.
between exposure to fluoride.
Why do they
and
always look
IQ
like
of
Batman
particular
villains?
children.
Why are all these Democrats always look
Lee
like a
and I
villain
were
that
in
Batman would
Utah
fight?
this week. Utah,
Come on, you guys know I'm right.
Utah
These
became
Democrats
the
straight up
first
look like
state in the
Batman
country
villains. Like that
ban
girl.
Metal fluoride. I'm working with Brooke on and governors
Comment, do you
now in
agree these
24
Democrats
states
look... Sorry, let me
who
stop
are
interrupting,
advancing
Bobby.
Maha legislation to get soda pops off of the food stamp program, off the SNAP program. We've launched Operation Stork Speed to get the bad chemicals out of baby formula.
Oh, they just make pop fucking with real sugar instead of
to get good
fructose
food
corn
into
syrup.
the school lunch programs and to get rid of food chemical dyes and other bad chemicals that are in our
Yeah,
food.
like red dye number 3.
We've
Get
shown
that shit
now
out of
that
our
this
fucking food.
directly affects academic performance, violence in the schools, and mental
Raises
health,
cancer
as well as
in Americans.
physical health. We are working with governors across the country to get cell-to-cell or bell-to-bell legislation to restrict the use of cell phones in schools, which again dramatically impacts academic performance. Today we announced a dramatic reduction in animal testing at NIH and FDA. We're going to switch over to AI, which we now found is much more precise in identifying the impacts of toxins in various products. We're working with Elon, who's done an incredible job to eliminate the redundancies and to streamline operations at all the health agencies and to
Let me pause, Bobby Cannon. You see this stupid shit on the right and on the left? Why is there a motherfucking bike lane so big trying to fucking... Look how clamped these fucking lanes are, man. Like, and look at this stupid shit. If you had a fire truck trying to get by, why does there gotta be a big stupid cement barrier there? Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, they could have made the sidewalk smaller, left the sides of both sides of the street, so you got parking and lanes on both sides, and made the fucking sidewalk smaller. There's not that many motherfuckers walking on the sidewalk where they couldn't have turned the fucking sidewalk into the bike lane, where they had to get rid of a whole fucking lane of traffic like that stupid shit over there. See that stupid shit? Look how many people drive into it. You can see fucking at night, I guarantee you a lot of people hit that thing and don't know it's there.
us do.
Or right here, look, you can even see where the tire marks have hit that right straight on. You see them, the tire marks?
This was unknown 30 years ago.
Actually, that might be tagging, but right there, that one you can see it.
Diabetic, there should be a headline about them. We have 100 million adults.
If you are a veteran and got a honorable or under honorable conditions DD214, this new 2025 rule will save you hundreds, but you need to declare the make and model of your car before March ends. Thanks to the veteran auto insurance rule starting March, if you are residing.
Man, AI got good. I got looked real as hell. Look at this weirdo.
1 in 10,000.
Another Batman villain. Nah, they may not be a Democrat, but they do look like a Batman villain. See the guy standing on the corner with the cigar? Check that guy.
Launch a massive testing
the Versa's blocking
and
him.
research effort that's going to
He kind of looks like a
hundreds
Batman
of
villain.
scientists from around the world.
There he goes. He's crossing the
By
street.
September, we will know what has caused the autism epidemic, and we'll be able to eliminate those exposures.
So think of that. So there was 1 in
There he goes.
10,000 children
Crossing the crosswalk by the bike
autism,
thing.
and now it's 1 in 31. Not 31,000, 31. That is a...
He looks like a
well, that's
Batman
a
villain too,
horrible
don't he?
statistic, isn't it?
He looks like
There's
the
gotta be
Flash
something
Joker.
artificial out there that's doing this. So you think you're going to have a pretty good idea, huh?
By September.
There will be no bigger news conference. on
Oh,
that.
here he's
So
coming towards
that's-
us.
that's it. If you can come up with that answer where you stop taking something. you
Man,
stop
he looks
eating
like a
something,
dried up
and maybe
pimp
it's
from
a
the
shock,
60s, don't he?
but
That big ass
something's
watch.
causing it.
He looks like a
It can't
dried up
be,
pimp from the 60s.
10,000 to, can you imagine that, Mark?
He looks like he's still pimping.
That's a big number. Thank you very much.
You got that
Dan.
big pimp
Great.
daddy watch.
Thank you, brother.
Oh, there's our churros, by the way. Go
Mr.
eat there. They
President,
got good food.
One of your primary
Support local businesses. Go there and get some
administration
food.
goals
They
is to
got
make
good
sure
food.
that we unleash American energy, and of course, the strategy behind that is when we do that.
It's not right on
it
the
helps
corner.
make it
Their place
more
that's right
affordable
this
for all
place. Go eat
Americans.
there.
Energy
Our
isn't just
churros.
industry; it is the
The doors,
foundation of
how you
every
know
other
you're right,
industry, whether
when you
it's
open the
food,
outer door, you'll feel like you're entering a
planning,
vacuum cleaner when you got to push open the
and
door
then
in the
also, when
middle.
we've got the ability to generate and not just be energy independent, but energy dominant, then we have the opportunity to sell energy to our friends and allies versus them buy it from our adversaries. And our adversaries were funding terrorism and conflicts against our allies by their oil and gas sales that we're going through a Swiss cheese set of sanctions. So with your creation of the National Energy Dominance Council, over the half the people at this table serve on that. Everyone has been engaged, whether it's interactions with negotiations with other countries, with putting sanctions in place that actually work, with cutting deregulation, working on biofuels, building infrastructure for transportation. There's a whole range of things that are being tackled. But when in the outcome of all that is that the Biden administration was restricting supply. You're increasing
It was doing a
supply.
lot more than
Increased
that. It was
supply,
fucking
then
up
prices
this
start to
country.
come down. And
Oh,
we
there's
have
another
huge
Batman villain.
opportunity, to do this. Just in
Possibly a
interior alone,
Democrat.
there's 500 million acres of surface, 700 million acres of subsurface, and 2.5 billion acres
That
of
first
offshore.
one was definitely
And the Biden
a
administration
Democrat.
was trying to restrict this so that you couldn't get
All
the
right,
timber.
we got to
that
get
you
to this
couldn't cut a
Marine
tree,
base and go
you
fuck
couldn't
with this
graze a
security
cow,
guard.
You couldn't develop oil and gas minerals, and you couldn't develop the critical minerals
Yeah.
we need.
He was
for
crushing our fucking,
technology, for
our
defense
Joe Biden was
industries,
fucking
and to be
choking
able
by the
to,
neck our
help us
ability
win
to
the AI
fucking
arms
pump
race
gas.
against China. So we're opening up this, and with your executive orders and your
He was
work,
beyond choking the chicken, Joe
on Tuesday,
Biden.
historic day. You
The
ended
chicken
the
of the
war on
gas.
beautiful clean coal, which has been going on since Obama took office. China gets 60% of their electricity from coal.
I wonder what the difference between plain coal is and regular dirty coal.
94 gigawatts of coal in the last year as part of this AI arms race. 94 gigawatts, that's enough for 94 Denvers to be able to, 1 gigawatt per metro area like that. It's unheard of. So what we have an opportunity under your leadership to attack the Gulf of America. Had its
Hell yeah,
first
we got the Gulf of
offshore
America.
resale, which is scheduled for later this year, but that was the industry loved that.
Big
'cause
Dog
we're now the
Nam
Gulf
Vet.
of
China
America is now
also.
open
Hey,
for
Big
business.
Dog Nam Vet. Hey, check it out. I got an interview yesterday. It's in the live category. Watch it. The video that starts at the Marine base from yesterday, it's in the live category. I got an interview with a Venezuelan guy. And then I got into it in the next video with the black security guard, the guy from Nigeria, the fucking Nigerian security guard. But also, what was I going to say? Yeah, I got an interview with a Venezuelan living in the Marine base, and I asked him about Trump. He said he would vote for Trump. Go watch it. It's a very good interview. Check it out. It's in the live category. You'll like that video, Vietnam Vet.
And all of this is leading to the
And then Red Rump Truth said Biden speaking at
That's why we've got trillions of dollars of
5:45.
investment that are showing up at the door because they know if they're going to be manufacturing here,
Okay, what's your
there's gonna be
point?
energy to power their plants.
I don't get it. What is that?
And
Is
so,
that like a
again,
joke or
thank you for
something?
your leadership and thank you for everything you're doing.
Very good. Thank you. Margaret?
Well, Mr. President, one of the most important things I believe you'll achieve in your presidency is reordering the world in a proper way. For 31 years, more than 31 years now, multiple administrations have allowed the Chinese to deindustrialize this country.
Take our lunches.
To take away jobs and factories and the pillars of our national strength. And what you're doing now,
They've been stealing our lunch at the lunchroom, China.
And I want to congratulate you and your team that's working on that because that is extraordinary geopolitical.
Make sure you like, subscribe, share, turn on your notification bell. We gotta go fuck with this guy at the Marine base who thinks he owns the city, who thinks he owns the sidewalk, which is a public walkway owned by the city, not that fucking Nigerian motherfucker.
And even then they steal our stuff. And
driving that van with that pickup, black pickup with no
Was it
plates.
really God's wish to kill it?
That was a weird point to stop it out.
If he did not harm anyone.
Direct talks between Ambassador Witkoff and a top-level leader in Iran. We hope that'll lead to peace. We've been very clear what Iran is never going to have is a nuclear weapon. And I think that's what led to this meeting, and we'll wait for him to come back from it. And we're hopeful about that. I would also say that we are receiving, and I think the Department of Homeland Security can confirm this, historic cooperation from countries all over the world. Number one, in taking back their citizens. Every country in the world has to take back people that are illegally in another country. And we have countries that refuse to do it or will kind of ignore our calls. All of them are doing it. The ones that are not are paying a price. And we've also found cooperation in other countries that are willing to take some of these people, some very dangerous criminals. I know the President of El Salvador will be here next week. Has really been a good friend of the United States in that regard. These are
their
some of
ship
the worst
broke
people
down. They need a
we'll
tow
ever
truck.
encounter. And Pam knows this, and Christy knows this from the work they're doing. And one last point I want to make, Mr. President, and again, it's under your leadership, it's actually under your executive order. If you come to this country as a student, we expect you to go to class and study and get a degree. If you come here to vandalize a library, take over a campus, and do all kinds of crazy things, we're going to get rid of these people. And we're going to continue to do it. So when we identify lunatics like these, we take away their student visa. No one's entitled to a student visa. The press covers student visas like there's some sort of birthright. No, a student visa is like me inviting you into my home. If you come into my home and put all kinds of crap on my couch, I'm going to kick you out of my house. And so, that's what we're doing with our country, thanks to the president. And last but not least, very important development this week, but both Pam and I are very excited. The finest higher education institution in the United States, University. Mr. President, go Gators.
They're coming. They're coming, guys. Well, thank you very much.
Alright, like, subscribe, share, thumbs up, yo. Thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, Remnant Truth said, first remarks since out of office. Thought it would be interesting to hear his gibberish. You were right. I'm sorry for being a little mean. Redmond Truth, he's speaking at 5:45. Yeah, it would be funny to hear him jibber jabber some fucking nonsense. Hey, is that 5:45 Eastern? Oh, wait. You said it Eastern, duh. What is that, Pacific? Or no, what is that, Central? Alright, 5:45. I forgot what that is, Central. Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up, yo. Thanks for watching. Maybe we'll check out Biden's little speech.